everybody. Welcome to another episode of Ask Jade. Okay, so it's August. Illinois has passed a lot of laws this year, and there's new things coming up. So I thought maybe I would do a quick touch on new Illinois laws that might affect your business right now. So one, using AI in hiring. So this is AI assistance in hiring an employee for your business. If you use a tool that screens the applicants, Illinois now requires you to disclose that. So just make sure you disclose it. Doesn't matter if it's a third-party platform that you're using. If it's in your hiring process, you are responsible. So just make sure you disclose it. Another new law to know about, pay transparency. So this applies to businesses with 15 or more employees. So first of all, find out if it applies to you. If it does apply to you, job postings must include the wage and salary scale and benefits. Pay stubs also have stricter requirements now, and employees have expanded access to their own personnel files. So if this applies to you, get familiar with it, reach out to me for questions. Another new law in play is that nursing mother break time is now paid. Kind of crazy to even think that it wasn't, but it is now law that you cannot require employees to use PTO or not pay them when they're taking a break time for nursing. Okay, great. I'm a fan of that one. Another new one, severance and confidentiality agreements. So if you generally, when maybe a employee is terminated, you might enter into a severance and confidentiality agreement on their way out. The rules for these are tightened. So if you're using an old template that you've already had, might not be enforceable. Let's take a look at it. Some key changes are you're required to itemize and separate out consideration for the confidentiality provisions. So if you were like, I'm offering you 10K as a severance, you would have to offer a separate, $100 for the confidentiality provision, just as an example, just some round numbers. And also out-of-state venues are banned. So, if it's an Illinois-based employee, if that's where they live, you cannot do Delaware-based law for choice of law provisions. So let's take a look at those agreements, make sure those are updated. Also, independent contractor rules have gotten stricter. Now, under Illinois law, there's a presumption of employment. So if you are in any way controlling how and when someone works, Illinois might consider them an employee, even if you have an independent contractor agreement. So let's look very closely at who's working for you, how they're working for you, the level of control that you have. I didn't know is not a legal defense. So we've got to stay up on these, right? So we'll work together, review your practices now. And as always, feel free to reach out to Jade Carpenter at Zeidman Carpenter, and I'll see you next time.